Okay. This is my first Periscope broadcast, and I'm excited. It's actually, I'm out here at Stone Mountain Park in this beautiful nature. I am here in my bare feet. Don't look at my toes. They looking real crazy right now. I think something bit me. Anyway, I am out here in Stone Mountain Park, and I want to talk to you about reinstalling the program, reinstalling the ideas and the concepts and the things that you have accepted or proclaimed about yourself and about who you are and what you deserve and about life in general. And this video was actually inspired by a dear friend of mine who knows who he is. Called me this morning and put me in remembrance. I'm sorry that I'm looking at the ground. I think I'm just gonna have to tell the mosquitoes to stop biting me because they don't want to. Right now they seem to be a little hungry, but that's okay. Good morning. How you doing? I'm fantastic. I don't know who that is, but good morning to you. This Periscope thing is kind of cool. I like that. You can get people popping up. Sweet. Oh, okay. Tony. Hey, Tony. Okay. So, again, what I'm talking about is rewriting the program that you have given yourself. And, or that's actually been given to you. I have a dear friend of mine that actually this morning called me from LA, where I'm from LA, called me up this morning, and it was like, I don't know, 7 my time, so it's 4 o'clock California time, and just starts talking to me about some issues, just having a conversation. But basically brought up some challenges going on with a family member of his. And I know this family member. I'm close to the family. And, I started speaking some things about this particular person because she's a very powerful individual. She's like just you meet certain people and they're just naturally freaking powerful, but they have no idea how powerful they are. That's really probably everybody on the planet, dang near. Majority of us are like that. We're powerful beyond measure, but we don't really even know it. But anyway, he's telling me about these challenges with this particular family member, and I was telling him that he needed to get her connected to someone. And, I couldn't think of the terminology I was trying to find or what I was trying to say. I was like, she needs to get connected to like a spiritual guide. I was saying all these different things, and then it came to me, I couldn't remember the exact word that I wanted to use. But what came to me was he needs a shaman. She needs a shaman. And for those of you who don't know what a shaman is basically a spiritual guide. It's somebody who along your path guides you in your journey, spiritual journey. We all have a spiritual journey or something that we are here to express, and shamans basically help to remind people of who and what they are, basically. So anyway, I was telling him that she needs a shaman. And so he paused for a minute, and then he said, well, do you mean oracle? And I'm like, that was really deep to me, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute, for him to use the word oracle, because this past week, I was actually on Facebook. I'm scrolling through my news feed, and this painting actually pops up on my timeline, and it's this beautiful golden complexioned black woman with with silver hair that stretches to the sky, and this regal nose and eyes shaped like almonds. And I looked at her and I was like, oh my gosh, that looks just like my mother. It looked exactly like her. And for those of you that don't know, my mother actually passed away like a year and a half ago from breast cancer. I was very close to her. I'm an only child, everything else. But anyway, I looked at this photo, and I'm like overwhelmed by how much this photo looked like her. And it was like Spirit started speaking to me. God started speaking to me and saying, and underneath the photo, underneath the painting, it said, the title of the painting was The Oracle. And I was like, wow, this painting is amazing. It's so beautiful. I was so enthralled in this photo because it looked just like her. And Spirit started telling me that's who she was. She was the Oracle. And I started pondering it like, oh my gosh, okay, so what is an oracle? It is a person, it's a shaman. It's one who reminds people who and what they are. And that's exactly who she was. She was just so wise, the type of person that people come to for guidance, advice. She just always just instinctively knew what to say and how to say it to get somebody to take it to another level. And that's what she was. She was a shaman. She was an oracle. And so then Spirit came to me and spoke to me and said, actually, that's who you are. That is your spiritual gift. You are an oracle. You are one who helps facilitate reminding people who and what they are. And so it got to a point, like that particular moment, I couldn't deal with that picture. I was doing something else. And so the next day I hop online and I'm in a mad dash trying to find the photo. I couldn't find it. I'm Googling. I'm doing all this stuff. And finally, I was able to pop up and find it. Find this particular painting. I downloaded it, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I spent the next hour at 2 o'clock in the morning. It was desperate spiritual energy that I had to merge the photos of the oracle, myself, and my mom at that particular moment. Because I needed that spiritual or that visual representation of exactly what was going on or who I was, the reminder, which is what I am. Saying all this to say, I'm saying a lot right now, and I hope I'm not losing anybody, but I'm saying all that to say that we as human beings, we're living in a program. We're living in a computer program. This life that we're experiencing, all of our experiences, the places that we see, the experiences that we have or even have had are all part of a program. And I use this to liken it to getting a new computer. When you get a new computer, it comes pre-installed with certain programs. You might get that computer and it's already got the Microsoft Office suite. You get a PC, it already got the Microsoft Office suite. So what you have Word, you have Excel, you have PowerPoint, you have, Notes or whatever, you have Outlook. You have certain programs that are pre-installed on your computer. And if you want to do something different than that, you're going to have to go and install that on your hard drive. You're going to have to install that on your system because it's not already loaded on there. Actually, sometimes we do have stuff loaded on our computer and we don't even know it. We got programs on our computer that we don't even use. And that may be a program that can be facilitating exactly what your purpose and what your mission is, but you're distracted from it. What I want to talk to you about is rewriting your program, rewriting the ideas, the concepts, the mindsets that are holding you back from being who and what you were designed to be, and living the purpose that you were put here to live. I said a lot in the beginning, particularly about the Matrix and the Oracle, because I truly and firmly believe, if you haven't seen the Matrix, or it's been a long time since you've seen the Matrix, or you haven't seen the Matrix at least 5 times, I ask you to go back and stop and watch that movie. Watch the Matrix, watch it, and really start to pinpoint and understand the different characters found in the Matrix, because the different characters are archetypes of us as human beings. You have those that come specifically for the purpose of reminding others who and what they are. You have the Neos that come to facilitate saving the planet in some form or capacity. You have the Morpheuses. You have, all these different characters in the equation, and each and every one of us is representative in one of these characters. But the challenge is, this physical plane that we've been born into, this earth plane, and our society as it is right now, we've been given a program that life is to be a certain way, that you're supposed to have certain things, that you're supposed to move and breathe in a certain way, you're supposed to go to school, grow up, go to college, get a job, buy a house, get a luxury car, get a BMW, 2 dogs, 2 kids and a dog, and retire into the sunset. That is, what we're sold as the paradigm that is equals success or equals self-realization. But the reality is that that's not self-realization. Each of us has something that we're here to give to the planet. You came here for something. And it's not just to make a living, pay bills, and have a few kids. That's fantastic. But there's more. There's a deeper level. And you're never going to be able to express that until you start to examine the programs that you're running. Maybe you are... you're an artist naturally, so you're somebody that's talented musically. You like to sing, you like to dance, you like to paint. Your gift is to express visually, and remind people the majesty of God and the universe through your art. But yet you're running an Excel program. You're running a program. You're running like a software program that is an accounting program, and your software and program that you should be running is an art program, something that's going to unleash your creativity. But because of what was installed on your hard drive when you got here, or what was loaded on your computer when your parents were raising you, you're running a totally different program than what is going to help you facilitate your vision and your purpose. So what I'm telling you to do is that in order to have anything that you want in this life, in this lifetime, it's like we need to go to a university of unlearning. Because most of the stuff that we believe and that we're playing out and we're acting out in our lives is not our own. This is stuff that's been given to us by other people. I'm going to give you an example, and I actually did a YouTube video on this last week. When my mother was ill with breast cancer, we went to a naturopathic doctor, and he was doing some energy work on her, and he got to a place and he said, you know what, you are carrying an energy of I'm not going to be able to provide for my family. But then he said, but it's not your own. And when I heard that, I was totally blown away, because my mother is one of 12 kids, and my grandparents divorced. You know, I don't know how old my mom was when they divorced, but they got a divorce. So my grandmother basically raised 12 kids on her own as a single parent. So when you talk about having the energy that I'm not going to be able to provide for my family, that's an understandable thought process for a single parent with 12 children. So with that being said, my mother was carrying an energy, a spiritual energy that was affecting her cells, her molecules, her physical being. And even her material experiences in life, she was carrying an energy that she's not going to be able to provide for her family. And it wasn't her own. It was my grandmother's energy. And it may have even been further past my grandmother and went all the way back. But I'm saying all that to say is that we're all generally carrying energies that are not our own. We're carrying energies that we're not smart enough. Because, you know, grandma used to say, are you dumb? You must be dumb all the time. You know, they telling us that we're dumb because we're doing things that they don't agree with or don't understand. And so your grandmother's throwing that at you. Maybe your mom was in a relationship with your dad and he was abusive to her, or he was not what she wanted him to be. And so now she's like, you know, you're going to be worthless just like your dad. You know, maybe you're carrying something about, you know, being abused, maybe a sexual abuse. Somebody touched you in an inappropriate manner, and then your family didn't believe you or blamed you for what happened to you. So now you feel like, okay, well, you attracted it, you brought it on yourself, and now you're playing that script out in your life and, you know, doing things that are abusing you and not causing you to be all of who you are because of this program. There's a lot of different programs that you may have been given, and 97% of them are not yours. They're not your own. Somebody gave it to you. So with that being said, if you can say, you know what, once you can identify your mission, I want every single person watching this video to go and watch The Matrix. Go download it, go rent it, go do whatever. Go buy it at Target. Buy The Matrix and study it. Figure out your archetype. Maybe you're not, I don't know. I'm saying figure out your archetype. You may not be able to figure it out. You may not know. But each character in that movie represents a particular archetype, a particular mold of us as human beings. You're either one of those that is trying to make others conform, or you are a visionary that has something great to bring to transform the planet. Or maybe you're the signpost that leads people, you know, into remembrance of who they are. Or, you know, there's a variety of different things that we're here to do, a variety of roles that we have. Once you figure that out, then you can start to move in the direction of figuring out what type of energy, what type of things would that person need to bring. What, in order for this particular idea of me being the oracle, in order for that to take place, what things do I have to nurture in my own spirit, in my own being, to evolve and express exactly who I am and what my purpose is and what I am here to share with the planet? For me, what I have to do is get out of my own way. I know that I'm a powerful person. I get so many people, so many other shamans, oracles, energy healers, medicine doctors, that have told me along my path, that is my gift. That's what I am. That's who I am. I'm one of them. But because of my own program, because of my own ideas about who I am and my own deservability and my, past hurts and past pains, which we've all had them, our false ideas, fear, false ideas, false evidence appearing real, because of all these things, I haven't fully stepped into my purpose. I thought I had my finger on it a little bit, and now realize that no, I don't. I really haven't had my finger on it. I really haven't had my finger on it, because I am veering off into all these other areas that don't have any bearing on my path. My role is to remind you of who you are, and to facilitate moving you towards freedom. I'm an emancipator. I'm a facilitator of holding up the mirror and reminding you of who and what you are. And who and what you are is an infinite creator. You're somebody that is here to share certain gifts and to give something to the planet. But until you figure out what your role is, what you're here to do, can you start to rewrite the program that you're running and remove the programs that don't serve you? Remove the viruses. Some of you were born, you came here with viruses and malware on your computer. You literally need to when you get malware on your computer, you can't even just put a virus software on it to get that off. You gotta do multiple steps. You gotta get a software. You gotta I don't even know what you gotta do, but I've had malware on my computer before where literally it was a process. The person had my computer for 3 days trying to remove and uninstall and reinstall. There's a lot of things that you got to do when you get malware on your freaking computer, on your hard drive. That's what most of us are dealing with. That's what many of us are dealing with. We got malware on our hard drive, negative emotions, negative feelings, resentment, unforgiveness, low self-esteem, anger, pain. We have all these things that are running as a program for us, and it's causing our computer to malfunction. It's causing us to not be able to do what we're being called to do, because we're so busy running a program that's not ours. Look at your programs, people. Look at the things that you're running that are not serving you. Close that mother. I was about to curse. I might curse in these periscopes. I'm going to have to just keep it real and be real. Close the freaking program if it's not running what you need in order to accomplish your goals. If you're supposed to be an accountant and you're supposed to be counting these numbers out, then you don't need to be having PowerPoint open. You need to have your Excel open. You don't need to be running Photoshop. You need to be running Excel. Figure out what your necessities are in order to do what you came here to do. And once you do that, the sky is the freaking limit. Things are going to unfold and you're going to get into the proper flow of your life, and things are going to evolve and take care of themselves. We worry so much as a society. We worry about, how am I going to pay my bills? Am I going to be able to do X, Y, Z? We're in fear, we're in doubt, we're in worry. And the reality is, the reason why we're in fear, doubt, and worry is because the powers that be want you. That's part of their whole, this whole society is set up based on consumerism, capitalism, you buying stuff. How can I convince you to buy something if you understand how powerful you are? If you understand that your real essence and your real power comes from within, and not because you're wearing a certain thing, or because you're driving a certain thing, or because of anything outside of yourself. There's nothing wrong with having nice material things. It's a wonderful thing to have that. But it's not a definition of who you are. But our society wants you to feel that way. They want you to think that something outside of yourself is going to make you more powerful than what you are. You already are the power. You already are the essence. You already are that. It's just like, I've been really pondering and thinking about the movie The Wizard of Oz over the past week. That's been in my spirit too. The Wizard of Oz, The Wizard of Oz. Remember the movie in The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy was off to see the wizard. She was talking and they were like, well, where are you going? Well, you need to see the wizard. The wizard is the shaman. The wizard is the oracle. What happened? They went down the yellow brick road, and as she's going down the yellow brick road, she's experiencing all of the things on the journey that is bringing her back to where she was in the beginning. She always had the power. She could always go home. It was already with her. But she felt like if she went to see the wizard, which is my role, I'm the oracle. So you may come to see me and say, hey, oracle, tell me why and how and when to get home, to get where I'm supposed to be. And I'm going to look at you and say, I don't know. What do you think? I'm going to start asking you questions. I'm going to start to try to understand and unfold, help you unfold what you need to learn. And then you're going to answer the question yourself. And you're going to think it's the Wiz. It's Oz. You went to Oz and you saw the Wiz, the wizard. And the wizard told you exactly what needed to happen. The wizard just shined the mirror back and reflected to you and reminded you of what needs to happen and what you need to do. And that's it. The power has always been with you, and it will always be with you. You just got to know what your role is, what your mission is, what your goal is. That's why it's so important to have a personal mission statement. That way, when you are traveling along your path and people and things and circumstances and situations are going to try to veer you off in a different direction, once you have your mission statement, if you have your purpose statement, your personal one, then you know whether or not something is for you or not for you. Because the things of the world are very, very mystifying. You're going to have, there's going to be 100,000 ways that you can make money, that you can get abundance in your life. Abundance and money is only important as a vehicle for you to be able to get free. That's it. It's not that acquisition of money is the end result. It's that acquisition of money will help facilitate you being able to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, however you want to do it. So if you have a friend or a family member or somebody that you know that needs assistance, you're going to be able to assist them and facilitate certain things because of your abundance. That's what it is. So when I see people that say that abundant, you shouldn't want money, let's just give up money and it's just pointless and everything else, I don't agree with that, because money allows you the option. Isn't it better to decide to go live in a tree house in the rainforest, knowing you have a couple $1 million in the bank, than to be in the wilderness in a tree house and not have any resources and need to get back to New York City and whatever to help somebody or to do something and you can't do it? I can tell you personally, because I've experienced this in my life very, very much, unfortunately, when you are at a place where you can't do what you want to do for somebody because of money, there is nothing that sucks worse than that. I can't think of very many things that sucks emotionally and spiritually, energetically worse than wanting in your heart to do something or be there for somebody in a certain way and not being able to do that because of money. And that's real spit. Like, people deal with this all the time, every day, and think they pain from it, but they don't feel like they don't find a way out of that. We got to get free, y'all. We got to get free. And so I've done a lot of things online where I think, even energetically now thinking about it, I think maybe I was focusing on helping people get money. I think I've always been very purpose driven and helping people want to facilitate their purpose and what they're being called to do. But I really, really wanted my purpose and my mission, and I'm gonna have to work on my own personal mission statement, but it's really, 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 really about helping people facilitate their freedom. Helping people facilitate their freedom. It may look different to each person, but I'm here to help you facilitate your freedom. I have vehicles that I use for that. I got ways to make money online. I help people get their credit in order. I help people get, a lot of things in terms of financial in order. Business funding, personal funding, credit, starting a business online, creating passive income, creating instant residual passive income, a lot of different things. But it's not about that. It really is more so about helping you get free. That's what my mission is. That's what my purpose is. I'm here to help you get free. And I'm that signpost, that mirror, that facilitator that's going to remind you. I'm reminding you of who you are. I'm reminding you of what you are. I'm reminding you of how powerful you are. I'm reminding you and guiding you in terms of figuring out what your purpose is and what you're here to give to the planet. And I am the wizard that is going to reflect back to you what that is. So with that being said, I have a different voice or different passion, a different thought process right now in terms of my work and the things that I'm doing. It's not about me. It's not about my feelings. It's not about whether or not I'm feeling insecure about, my communication skills or how I look or how I'm talking or whatever. It may be, I tell you, it's not easy getting in front of, doing videos and talking in front of people and being transparent and bearing your soul. The reality is most of us are dealing with the same type of shit. We're dealing with the same things. But because we don't talk about it, none of us realize that we're all going through the same challenges. We're all going through the same emotional things. The insecurity, the feelings of insecurity, the uncertainty, the doubt, the lack of support, the backstabbers, there's so many energies out here that we're all dealing with. We're collectively all dealing with. It just looks different for each of us. Until we, you can have people that are transparent and talk about it, and then talk about how to work through it and talk about how to grow through it. People will feel isolated and like they can't, they're isolated, they're hopeless, and they're dying, they're self-destructing, they're killing each other, they're killing themselves, they're doing all these things because they see no value and because they are lost. They don't understand how to deal with those emotions and direct those energies so that they can just have freedom again. We were all born free from the program, but some things just were installed on our hard drive when we got it. And we chose to open those programs and let them run. We just letting them run. Stop letting programs run that are not yours. Close that program if it's not yours. If you don't want to use Excel, close Excel. If you don't want to use PowerPoint, close PowerPoint. If you don't want to use that shit, don't use it. Close the program and open up your own program. Open up the program that runs the reality and the mindset and the experiences that you want to run. don't run that program no more. Install new software on that thing. Go out and find people that are experiencing what you desire. Figure out what program they're running. What are their routines? What do they do? What do they listen to on a consistent basis? What do they do on a daily basis? What are their thought processes? Learn to follow the leader and follow those habits. There's an energy to life. There's an energy to the things that transpire. If you have a certain energy and a certain frequency, you're going to be an attractor. You're going to attract certain things or extract your life experiences and things that you want at a higher frequency and at a higher level at a faster pace, because you're carrying that energy. But you got to learn how to harness the energy, harness it so that you can pour it forth into expression, into physical manifestation, into not only what you want, but what you need and what the planet needs. Because it's all tied together. It's not just about you. It's not just about your selfish feelings, reasons that you feel like you should be doing whatever you should be doing. It's none of that. It's all about, you determining your own program, running it, and giving back to the planet. That's it. Only reason why we came here. We didn't come here to take, we came here to give. So what are you going to give? So that's it. That's all I got. I'm going to hike this Stone Mountain situation. I may have something later for you, but hopefully this can help at least one person. At least one. All right. Bye, Periscope.